The explosion ripped through the Texas night. A mushroom cloud of fire and debris marked the site. The target, a U.S. military base just miles from the Rio Grande. Years of simmering tension had boiled over. The cartels, once content with controlling the narcotics trade, had declared open war. This wasn't just another border skirmish. This was a calculated act of aggression. Cartel assassins, armed with military-grade weaponry, stormed the base. They slaughtered soldiers in their barracks. They even took hostages, a chilling message for the American people. The attack sent shockwaves through the nation. The images of American soldiers dead on American soil ignited a firestorm. The public demanded retribution. Politicians, their voices trembling with barely concealed rage, vowed swift and brutal justice. The line had been crossed. The response was immediate and merciless. President Trump, his face etched with fury, appeared on national television. His words, heavy with the weight of the moment, echoed across the airwaves. He declared a state of emergency. Martial law was enacted. The United States was going to war. Operation Black Dawn. The name itself sent chills down the spines of America's enemies. It was the culmination of years of planning, a response to the growing threat south of the border. Now, unleashed with the full fury of the American military machine, it was a spectacle of terrifying efficiency. Stealth bombers, their payloads heavy with guided munitions, roared into the skies. Drones, silent predators in the night, stalked their prey with deadly precision. On the ground, columns of tanks and armored vehicles rumbled towards the border, their crews grim and determined. The objective was clear: dismantle the cartels. Their strongholds, meticulously identified and mapped, would be reduced to rubble. Their leaders, those who had ordered the attack on American soil, would be hunted down and brought to justice. There would be no mercy. Fear, a palpable presence, gripped the hearts of those who had dared to challenge American might. The cartel bosses, used to operating with impunity, found themselves exposed and vulnerable. Their opulent mansions, once symbols of their power, became their gilded cages. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The first phase of Operation Black Dawn was a symphony of precision and overwhelming force. Cruise missiles guided by satellite intelligence slammed into cartel command centers and weapons depots. Special forces teams, ghosts in the night, infiltrated key locations, capturing high-value targets and gathering crucial intelligence. Drones, their cameras relaying real-time imagery, circled overhead, their Hellfire missiles ready to strike at a moment's notice. But the true shock came with the exposure of American traitors. Corrupt officials, seduced by the lure of cartel gold, were outed and arrested. Their names, once whispered in hushed tones, were splashed across the headlines, a stark reminder of the insidious reach of the enemy. Judges, politicians, even high-ranking military officers, all had betrayed their oaths for personal gain. The betrayal cut deep, shaking the very foundations of American society. It was a chilling reminder that the enemy wasn't just across the border. It was within, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. The arrests, broadcast on every news channel, sent a clear message: no one was above the law. Those who had conspired with the enemy, who had profited from the suffering of others, would face the full force of American justice. The United States wasn't alone in this fight. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, facing immense pressure from both within and outside her country, authorized joint military operations with the U.S. It was a historic moment, a testament to the shared threat both nations faced. Mexican special forces, highly trained and motivated, joined their American counterparts in the hunt for cartel leaders. They brought with them invaluable local knowledge, navigating the treacherous terrain and exploiting the enemy's weaknesses. Joint task forces, comprised of the best and brightest from both sides of the border, planned and executed complex operations, their successes chipping away at the cartel's infrastructure. The partnership wasn't without its challenges. Decades of mistrust and animosity couldn't be erased overnight, but the shared danger, the blood spilled on both sides of the border, created a bond of necessity. This was a fight for survival, and both nations knew it. In the intricate web of international intrigue, the shadows of global players loom large. Their influence, often unseen, shapes the destinies of nations and individuals alike. From covert operations to strategic alliances, these power brokers operate in a realm where the stakes are impossibly high, and their decisions can alter the course of history in the blink of an eye. As we delve deeper, we uncover the complex dynamics that drive their actions and the far-reaching consequences that follow. In the shadows of technology, we find ourselves battling not just human adversaries, but faceless entities. These are the ghosts in the machine, elusive and ever-present. Our mission becomes a dance with the unseen, a test of our resolve and cunning. Every keystroke, every signal is a step deeper into the unknown. War, with all its chaos and destruction, leaves a trail of human suffering. It's not just the soldiers on the front lines who pay the price, but families torn apart, communities shattered. The human cost of war is immeasurable, a stark reminder of the heavy toll that conflict exacts on all involved. The echoes of a world ignited by conflict reverberate through time. Each battle, each skirmish leaves a mark on history. These echoes remind us of the fragility of peace and the ever-present danger of escalation. In the midst of turmoil, we strive to find meaning and hope, clinging to the belief that a better future is possible. Standing at the precipice, we face the ultimate test of our strength and resolve. The choices we make now will determine the course of history. It's a moment of truth, where every action counts. As we look into the abyss, we must summon the courage to step forward, to fight for what we believe in, and to shape the future with our own hands.